Either Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, and Aquarius Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel, where we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. So today, in order to get into the energy, I am using the Insight Chakra, or the Chakra Insight, Oracle cards, just to see kind of what chakra you need to be focusing on, what's going to need healing or alignment this week. You have a beautiful one. So this is great. Spirit's asking you to get in touch. You have the third eye chakra. It's called presence, awareness, attention, reality, and connection. So being really aware of where you are, what you're doing, being open to the light coming in, the guidance from the divine, spending a little time in quiet meditation and reflection, focusing on that third eye, and think of it as like when you focus your eyes in on it, like you're opening it up. And if you happen to have some amethyst, you can put it on there to help facilitate the process. You don't have to have it. So it's beneficial. If you don't have it, it doesn't mean you can't get your third eye chakra open at all. I don't want you to think that. So spending a little bit of time trying to connect to the divine and your intuition this week is highly recommended. I have to tell you, I recorded most of the videos last night, and the energy was so heavy, I couldn't get all the way through. I had to go to bed. So you get me bright and early in the morning. So it's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. All right, so let's just see what else Spirit wants to talk about here. I just feel like the planets are moving. We had that little break, but Mercury's getting ready to go retrograde, and it's going to get in the shadow on the 20th. And we have the summer solstice, which is very powerful, on the 21st. And then we have an eclipse, 2 eclipses in July. And there are a couple of planets moving retrograde. I think the only one who's not, I think Venus and Mars won't be retrograde. Everybody else is pretty much going there. But look, also purple, but it's healing energy. It's moving away from the dangerous thin ice, moving to solid ground, moving to higher ground. I think that it's a healing card. And Spirit's asking you to be in touch with them and in communication with them for this healing process this week. So really focusing in on what you need to do to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself. It's going to be really important in general with the energies, the way they're going. But we walk into the week with the moon in Virgo, which is your 8th house of transformation. And so there's a path ahead. There's a path ahead. You can see it in the distance. There's that ladder. I don't know if you can see the ladder that you have to climb up. It's got a lot of stairs. Looks a little rickety. It's kind of like this, like you're going somewhere, but you need to move away from the dangerous areas, where it's been rough, where the ice has been thin. I heard was the Cosmic Empress I was listening to her yesterday, and she was talking about how when you're on ice and the darkness is below and the light is above and you're doing fine, but then you get upset and you start stomping your feet, it cracks the ice, makes it thin, and you need to move away from that so you can get on solid ice again, or solid, so that you're keeping the darkness at bay and stepping into the light. And see how they're moving toward the light of the sunrise? And so it's going to be one of those things where, I feel like maybe you need to really assess where the path is, figure your way out of it, and try to stay as calm and centered into yourself as you can. Asking for spiritual help to get there would be beneficial. Talking to your guides, asking for help and guidance. But let's get oracle card on that. Okay, so this is interesting. You have the wombat, which is gentle aggression, which is self-protecting. So a wombat, when they're in their den, and the coyotes or the jackals would be coyotes or jackals, some kind of dog, is trying to get to the young, she will park herself into the den with her butt hanging out the backside, and she doesn't have pain sensors in her butt. There's like this, this extra padding back there that's like cartilage. It's just cartilage. And so they'll be biting and chewing on that, but she won't feel it. So gentle aggression, right? She's blocking the negative energy from getting to that which she loves, her cubs. So she's self-protecting and she's protecting others, but she's doing it just by blocking the way, not by being aggressive, not by attacking, but by just saying no, by establishing a very healthy boundary of, no, you're not getting in here. You're not getting in here. We're ushering you away from the negative energy. You are not getting in here. I'm going to safer place. If they happen to continue and she feels like she needs to do something more, she will. She will actually lower herself down and lay on the ground, and they will try to climb over her, and then she's very strong, and she will stand up and crush them against the roof of the cave on their way in. So she tries using the you can't come in, blocks and stops. If they keep pushing and they won't back down, then she's like, fine, I'll take care of this another way, and then she will. And so that's kind of the energy of the week for you, is to be aware. You know, you have the awareness card that there's danger. Try to just walk away from it. Try to protect. Try to put up a healthy boundary. If that doesn't work, you may have to be a little more aggressive. And then we have, in Aquarius, you can do that, right? You know how to use your words. And then there's discernment, which is also that third eye. That's also that energy coming in right there. The discernment of what's a real fear and a danger. What can you just put up a healthy boundary to and stick into a cage? What do you need to release? You know, see the healthy boundary that she has around herself? She's protected from the fears, letting things go, letting the aggression go that she can. Something might be valid and might need to be held on to, but mostly, you know, letting go of what's not serving you, not serving the purpose. It is good to be aware that there's thin ice. It's good to be aware that there are jackals at the door. It's good to be aware of these things, or coyotes. Either way. But what is not good is, I want to say, choose your battles wisely. Choose your battles wisely. Okay, this card keeps showing up. By the book. It's shown up in this deck, and another version of it has come out in cards in another deck today, or last night. So this is about standing in our integrity this week. That's really important. With the way the planets are lined up, apparently it's very important that we are working through things, standing up to things by the book. So gentle aggression, yes. So how do you need to protect yourself? Do you need to get a lawyer? Do you need to talk to your boss? Do you need to, because we finish out the week in your work sector, well, we go through your work sector this week, so I feel like it might have to do with work, could have to do with family, but it's some kind of community, or you're protecting a community. So, but do things by the book, do them according to the law. Establish those healthy boundaries. And stay focused on what it is you're trying to transform. But do it with integrity. Do it by trying to pick the most effective, gentlest way first. If you have to get more aggressive, fine. Then that might be called for. But, you know, start with the best way forward that you possibly can. So this transformation, this boundaries, Look at this. This is harmony. This is peace. This is harmony within yourself. But see how the third eye chakra there is in the yin yang? This is that inner peace. This is making your own music, marching to the beat of your own drum. That's so Aquarius, right? So this is doing what works for you, what makes you happy, but at the same time, awareness that you need to stand in your integrity. You can't just bulldoze over people. There is a protocol to be followed. There is a way to do this. Healthy boundaries, protecting, moving toward healing in the gentlest way possible, but that doesn't mean allowing people to walk all over you. If they do, stand up and crush them, right? Okay. Then that moon is going to move. Okay, so this is Thursday, and this is in your house of career. So by the book is the research. Oh, that's also in your house of research and higher learning. So by the book could also mean make sure you're researching and getting all the information that you need. Could totally mean that. It also means staying in communication with spirit. So regular meditation every day, as opposed to just once in a while when you're stressed out. Having a regular meditation practice allows spirit to know where to meet you, like when to meet you. So when you get up in the morning, before you go to bed at night, find whatever time works for you, or both. But that regular meeting will allow spirit to know when to, they have your attention and they can really communicate more freely. You will get signs and signals all the time, I'm sure. But having that regular line of communication is always good. So on Saturday, when we move into groups and group activities, there is willpower. And I think that's where you're like, this is my boundary. This is what I'm protecting. There's a mask. And so it's about staying balanced and not necessarily revealing everything, and then taking some action. And the full moon happens very early on Monday. So preparing for that full moon in your house of group and group activities. And you have the fire and water dragon. And water, they're both, fire and water are both gentle, right? They're warm. They provide your body what it needs to sustain life. They're both important to sustain life, and they can both destroy life. It's kind of like the wombat, that gentle aggression. But anyways, it says enables you to flow with the loving force. So the gentle aggression, loving and force, gentle aggression. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Ooh. Expect the unexpected and have fun. So things are going to change. You're going to stay in harmony with yourself this week. You look like you have most of the energies were pretty tough from yesterday. You have a lot of similar cards, but nobody had this nice harmony card and the healing card. So I feel like you've kind of come out of a storm and now you're on the other side and just get into the flow. It's like you already went over the waterfall and now you can just kind of get into the flow of things and move forward. I think going over the waterfall, you might have gotten bumped and bruised along the way, kind of got snagged up on stuff, so now you're healing, so pick your battles wisely, stand your ground, but do it with integrity. Try to find the gentlest way to stand your ground first. If that doesn't work, karmic hammer. We don't bring karma. Somebody else does. The universe does. But it was a phrase from one of the cards last night, and I just thought that was a great phrase. Ooh, look at this. You have revitalizing your nervous system. You're healing. You're totally healing. So, and it has that lovely green like this dragon does, right? So this is healing of the heart. This is bringing things back into balance, feeling centered in yourself, finding the peace and the harmony within, but standing your ground. Don't be a doormat. So, looks like a good week for you. Yay. All right. Aquarius, you take care. We'll talk soon. I'll be doing the full moon readings shortly, so keep an eye out for those. All right. You take care. Bye.